So today we will see the modeling and simulation of PV configurations. If time permits, I will take you to the MPPT techniques. Otherwise, tomorrow we will discuss MPPT techniques. So the context is like this. Now, if you see the fast deteriorating and exhausting non-renewable sources such as fossil fuels, coal, etc. Day by day, non-renewable energy sources are deteriorating. So to meet the ever-growing demand, so we need to move towards the development of renewable energy sources such as solar, wind, tidal, small hydro, and etc. So among these renewable energy sources, so we have solar PV is the best option to generate the power. So solar PV system power generation has attracted more attention to the decrease in the price of PV modules, and there are intentional government subsidies are available. There are more subsidies are available, and innovative business models are there with respect to residential level, commercial, and utility level. So now the more research is going on towards solar PV systems. Okay, and the applications of PV systems are, so there are agriculture applications are there. Okay, and industrial heat process applications are there, water pumping, remote buildings, solar home systems, communication, satellites, space vehicles, and etc. So we are having solar PV or grid connected PV systems or standalone PV systems. There are n number of applications are enabled. So that is the reason the third session. So I would like to explain the importance of solar PV systems configurations, and after that we are going to see how to model the PV module. So in this we are going to see the PV modules, then PV array, then after that the PV configurations, array configurations we are going to see. So how to model the PV module, what is a PV module and how to model it, what is a PV array, and after that what type of configurations we are having, and then we will see the modeling aspects in the MATLAB. Okay, so now, so what is motivated, why I have considered this topic for the third day? The reason is the performance and efficiency of PV systems depends on many factors such as irradiance, temperature, aging effect. So basically we are going to test by changing various irradiance levels, how the performance is improving. By changing various temperatures, how it is changing, we are going to see. Under uniform conditions, if the system is normal, under standard uniform conditions, okay, that means if I consider suppose n number of cells in a array, okay, or PV panel, there are n number of cells are there. All the panels are, all the cells in that module are all the modules in that particular array. Okay, all the modules in that array has the same irradiance, like 1000 irradiance, 1000. Then it is called as uniform irradiance. Okay, so if we have uniform irradiance, under the uniform irradiance we will get unique maximum power point. As you know that on all the panels, if you have uniform irradiance is there, then you can ensure that the maximum power point on the output characteristics. Okay, the MPP can be tracked by employing conventional MPP techniques. Okay, but when there is a partial shading condition, what happens? There is a cloud maybe there. Due to that, maybe one module is shaded. Suppose there are 9 modules are there. Okay, there might be one row might be shaded, or one column might be shaded, diagonally might be shaded, or maybe randomly one module might be shaded. It is called partial shading conditions. There is a possibility all the modules may not have uniform irradiance. There is a possibility one or two modules or three modules in that array might get partial shading conditions. Okay, so when you consider during partial shading conditions, the commonly we have mismatching condition is called as. Okay, if we have mismatching conditions that is occurred due to clouds, due to trees, poles, buildings. Okay, when there is a building is there, next to that solar PV is there, that shadow will maybe fall, clouds are there, due to that there is a partial shading condition. Tree is there next to that one, there are poles are there, so and there are bird droppings, chippings. So because of which the partial shadings will be occurred. Okay, under these conditions, what happened? We will not get uniform maximum power point or unique power point. We will not get. We will get the multiple maximum power points. Try to understand. Under uniform conditions, we are getting unique maximum power point. Under partial shading conditions, we are going to get multiple maximum power points. Okay, the presence of multiple power points, okay, can mislead the conventional MPPT to track the GMPP. So what we need the intelligent based, soft computing based, optimization technique based MPPT techniques are required to improve the efficiency. So that's why either today after second session or maybe tomorrow session, we are going to discuss on how to improve the efficiency of like solar PV system with the help of MPPT techniques also we are going to see. So what we are having, so because now there is a deterioration is there, exhausting in the non-renewable energy, we are moving towards renewables. In the renewables, among the renewables, solar is the best option. And the applications are versatile in all aspects it is there. If I consider that all the modules you have uniform irradiance, then you are achieving unique maximum power point. When there is a partial shading condition due to clouds or trees, poles, buildings, there is multiple maximum power points are coming. So we'll see that how many possibilities are there. So how to uh, get the optimized maximum power point is by considering different configurations or by considering some MP techniques. We are having, if I consider these PV panels, it can be connected, all connected in series. These 9 can be connected in the parallel. Suppose 9 PV panels are there. 9 PV panels can be connected in parallel. Or 9 PV panels can be connected. This string is in series. This string is in, is it clear? This is in series. This is in series, and these two are in parallel. This is in parallel. This is called series parallel circuit. These are parallel circuit. This is, so if there is n number of array of PV modules are there, it can be connected in series. There are different configurations are there. Series PV configuration, it can be connected in series. PV modules can be connected in series. PV modules can be connected in parallel. It can be connected in series parallel, bridge link, honeycomb, triple tie, total cross. Different configurations we are having. And to improve that, now people are coming up with hybrid PV configurations also. Combination of series parallel TCT, bridge link TCT, honeycomb TCT. So there are several combinations are coming. So by considering these configurations, what we are doing, okay, so we are finding how much amount of mismatching loss is there in particular configuration. What about the fill factor? How much amount of efficiency is there? How much amount of global maximum power is there? How much amount of local maximum power? What is the voltage current at that particular point? What is the open circuit voltage? What is the short circuit voltage? So for each and every configuration, we need to calculate all these parameters, and we can see how the performance is improving from one configuration to other configuration. And under uniform conditions, we will see, and under different shading conditions also we'll check. There are partial shading condition, as I said. Okay, there are different shading conditions are there. Now, one series configuration I have taken. All these parameters I will consider under uniform condition. All these parameters are considered during corner shading condition, central shading. Corner shading in the sense when PV molecules have taken, one corner is shaded. Center shading in the sense if I consider all the parameters, maybe in the center point maybe shading condition is happened. So there is a right hand shading, there is a left side shading. So different shading condition can be considered. During all these shading conditions, how one configuration is working also can be seen, can be tested. The best configuration can be implemented, or best configuration can be considered for implementation of rooftop PVs, or maybe solar parks, or maybe grid connected PV systems. Okay, there is a literature is there. Okay, so all these papers are related to that particular electrical PV configurations only. Okay, now, so when you want to design any PV module, there is a equivalent circuit of PV cell will be there. This is a PV cell, and this is the PV array. In the PV array, a number of the PV diode modules will be there, NS by NP. Okay. Now, as I said, different shading conditions here: corner shading, center shading, right-handed shading. So, suppose if I consider these many panels, this is called one corner shading is happened. These are all our PV molecules. 7/7 condition. So one corner is shading is happened. Center shading means these are all the panels. In the middle center shading is happened. I can consider that applications. I will explain you. The right side shading or bottom shading, and this is all the diagonal panels are shaded. This is a random shading, L-shaped shading. For simulation of this, so we can consider different type of PV modules are available. So how much amount of maximum power is required? So 200 watt the Kaisora KC 200 GT PV module we have considered. For that one, VMP is 26, current is 7.61, and open circuit voltage. These are the parameters what we are having. So now quickly I am going to first let me explain PV module simulations. I will show you. Then after that I will come back to. So single PV module uniform condition I have taken. So this is supposed to select this. What I need to do? Go to the library block. Go to the library block. Type here PV array. Type here PV array. So this PV array will come. So copy it, add to the block. Okay. This is what same thing I have considered. Okay. Now, so to this PV block, I have considered two elements. Okay. Can you able to see this? So here this is a PV. Here. So as I have shown you, the Kaisora Solar KC 200 GT. The maximum power is 200 watts, and cells per module are 54, and open circuit voltage, short circuit voltage, everything I have taken. So here if you want, different modules can be considered based on your power rating. So I have considered 200 GT. Okay. So now to this, two I need to consider. One is irradiance of 1000 I have considered. This block directly constant block I have taken 1000. Okay. Second block is temperature I have considered. This is also constant block, that is of temperature I have taken. So try to understand. So two inputs I am giving to the PV. One is of uniform irradiance condition. Under uniform irradiance condition, 1000 watt per meter square I have taken. Second one is 25 degrees centigrade I have taken. Now, so from here, what I am seeing is, so there are two blocks are coming. So one is the current measurement I have considered. So this is of current measurement block. So IPV I am calculating. Then it is in series. Second one is in parallel VPV I have considered nothing. So one module, only one module, input of two constants. Okay. So this module is taken. Okay. And one constant is taken. So just it is connected. The second is of temperature constant. It is connected. And to this, the current measurement is there. Okay. To this, current measurement is block is connected in series, and the voltage measurement block is connected in parallel. That's it. Okay. And it is connected to the scope. In the scope, sorry. And in the scope, we have considered XY graphs. This is XY scope. So here you can type there is an XY graphs are there. So you can take XY graph, so you can connect. So simple, it is very simple. Okay. So I'm deleting it. So what we have done? So I have taken PV array from the Simulink library. We have taken PV array from the Simulink library. Then after that, so there is irradiance of 1000 watts per meter square I have taken. Then temperature of 25 degrees centigrade I have taken. Under uniform conditions, how the IV PV curves will come, I will show you. So one is of VI voltage graph. Second one is, this is VI graph. Second one is PV graph. IV PV curve. So you see, during, that's why I have taken XY graph instead of normal scope. So can you observe here? So this is uniform irradiance condition. Clear? So under uniform irradiance condition, 1000 watt per meter square, this is the PV value, this is IV value. So now what I'm doing, for the single module, I will take variable insulation I can consider, or variable temperature I can consider. So temperature I'm taking. So difference I will show you. So how to create that variable temperature? Suppose what happened throughout the day, you may not get temperature is constant. So what happens? So I have considered there is a signal builder is there. This is called signal builder. The name itself signal builder. So you can consider in the library signal builder. Okay. You can type signal builder, it will come. You can take the signal builder. Here what happens? You can decide the timing. Okay, so you go to access properties, or first one minute, you go to access, y values or display, y how much is required. So minus 0.1 to 1 is there. So if you want 0 to 1000, 0 to 1000, then in the same way in the access properties, t also you can display. Now you click here, you take the timings. So I will show you that. So here what I have done, so I have taken this signal builder. Here what I have done, 0 to 0.4 seconds, 25 degrees is there. 0.4 seconds to some 0.5 seconds. So this graph. Okay, so what I have taken, 0.5, there is 40 degrees. The 40 degrees is continued from 0.5 to 1 second, 40 degrees is there. Then suddenly after certain time, it is increased to 50 degrees and it is constant for certain cycle. So my temperature is changing from morning to evening. So earlier, in the earlier application, I have shown you, throughout the period 25 degrees constant I have taken. So in that condition, we have already seen how the XY graphs are. Okay, so now if the temperature is changing, how the output will be, we will see. So that means from 0 to 2 seconds, how it is changing, I have taken. See, if the temperature is changing, so it is able to track almost equal to uniform irradiance conditions, even though variable temperature is there. But hard one I will take. When I consider variable insulation levels, I am closing. So now what I am doing, this is variable temperature also. Variable insulation we will see. First we have taken constant temperature and constant irradiance. Second we have seen the variable temperature. Now here I have taken, there is a variable irradiance. What happened? So up to 0.4 second, 400 watt per meter square. Then it is slightly increased here. So from 400 watt per meter square to irradiance is increased up to 600 watt per meter square in 0.4 to 0.5. Then again, so it is changed. It is constant 600 watt per meter, 0.5 seconds to 0.9 seconds. So this profile I have taken. So on one module, I have created different irradiance level from 0 to 2 seconds. Okay, so I'll run the model. We'll see. When the irradiance is changing, so how the waveform will be. Now, you see, when you consider PV curve, is it uniform? Earlier, no. The PV curve, AV curve, we have seen that there is a maximum power point, one maximum power point. Here, this keep on changing, increasing, decreasing, increasing, decreasing. So we need to make it uniform irradiance. So I'll go. I'll show you. So now, if suppose, see for single module itself, that many changes are coming. If suppose, if I take an array, how it will work, I will show you. Instead of this, in this I will show you. So this is series configuration. Now, before this, let me show you. Suppose this is the waveform, series uniform condition. First, I have considered there are 4 blocks I have considered. One is with 1000, 1000, 1000, 1000, 4 blocks. Okay, uniform irradiance condition. What happened? So first module is connected in series with second module. Second module is connected in series with the third module. Third module is connected to fourth module. In this, what we can ensure, the for high voltage application, series can be considered. High voltage, low current. Okay, now if I run the model. So 4 modules are connected in series. The 4 modules are connected in series. During uniform irradiance conditions. Now you see, even single module you consider or 4 modules you consider. Under uniform irradiance conditions, so you are getting, so maximum G maximum power point. This is the maximum power point, and here this is also at 110 you are getting maximum power point. Now what I'm doing in the series, I'm taking partial shading condition. Okay, in the series, what I have done earlier, 1000 I have taken, all 1000 I have taken. Here what I am doing, in one module 1000 watt per meter square, second module 800 watt per meter square, third module 700 watt per meter square, and fourth again 1000. So middle two modules I have taken different irradiance levels. So I'll run and show you. So what will happen when there is a partial shading condition comes? So when there is a uniform irradiance condition, even you take one module or n modules, there is no issue. You are getting IV PV curves are properly one global maximum power point you are getting. But whereas when I consider different, sorry, not this one. When I consider in the 4 modules itself, different irradiance levels, 1000, 800, 700, and 1000. You see IV PV curves how it is changing. Can you observe here? So there are 1, 2, 3 stretches it has come. That means there are local peaks you got. These local peaks we need to avoid. These local peaks has to be avoided. So that can be done with the help of the MPPTs. Okay. Now 4 modules. If the 4 modules are connected in series parallel, how it will be? These 4 modules we have taken. So 2 are in series, 2 are in series, both are connected in parallel. Okay. So how the curves are. Four modules are given to you. Then 4 modules you have taken. In the 4 modules, if you connected in the series, high voltage you will get, because across each terminal voltage will be considered. But the 4 modules, 2 are in series, remaining 2 are in series, both are connected in parallel. How the effect of power and voltage, current and voltage waveforms are happened, you see, compared to earlier. Okay, so these problems will occur. So now what I'm done, I'm taking. So generally now people are working on PhD also, people are working on these configuration techniques. So now 9 I have taken, level I have increased. Instead of 1 to 4 we went, 4 to 9 I have went. 1, 2, 3. This line is connected in series. All 9 are connected in series, you observe here. So everything, all the PV arrays are connected with 1025, 1025, 1025 like that only. Okay, XY graphs I have taken. Okay, so how it is? Just click PV array. That's it. So it's very easy. Okay. Hope it is clear. So now from here top it will go. Okay. From here you will connect to this. Then from here to here. From here to here. In the same way it will complete. So which is in series. What I have considered is, okay. So what I have considered is it is in series. So now all the panels are in connected in series, and each panel you see which one I have considered. Uh, this one same Kyocera Solar KC 200 GT I have considered. Okay, array 1000 watt per meter square. Okay, so now shading conditions. That means there is no partial shading on any of the module. So there is no tree shading, there is no building shading. So everything is proper. All 9 modules which are connected in series, all are working properly. So how the result? I will show you. Can you able to see IV PV graphs? So first single module when it is taken uniform shading condition, IPPV single global maximum point you have got. When you consider 4 PV modules under uniform shading conditions or series parallel uniform condition or 3 cross 3, 9 cross 9, n number, n by n uniform shading condition, you will ensure that there is only one global maximum power point. Power ratings may change, but the global maximum power point will be only one point. You will ensure. So IVPV curves will be uniform, and ratings may change based on the number of the PV panels or PV arrays, how many you are connecting. So this is so you understood, no? I think so it is under uniform shading conditions. So all the panels are 1025 degrees centigrade, 1000 watt per meter square and 25 degree centigrade. So you see there is here also IVPV curve only at 250, at 250 or maybe 240 we are getting the global maximum point. Here also you see. So both curves together if you take also, then you will understand where it is coming. So now what I am doing, I will create a shading. So here instead of that 1000, let me consider diagonal, no, diagonal shading, no. So it is called, instead of 1000, I will take maybe 500. Here 700. This is called diagonal shading. This one maybe 300. Okay, remaining all panels are normal. Nothing I have done. So in the first panel, instead of 1500 I made, second panel 700 I made, Third panel I have made 300. We'll see the results, how it will come. Now it won't be uniform. It is a shading condition I have created. So now I have created a shading condition. Just irradiance level I have changed on the 3 panels. The first panel and maybe 5th panel and the 9th panel. Fine, no? So when we change diagonal shading condition, so what we are achieving, see, we can ensure that. So when we consider, so 3 modules among 9 modules, 3 modules, we have taken small changes of values, diagonal values we have taken. So then what happened? Instead of standard condition, we have considered non-uniform condition. So this much of global that local power points are instead of global maximum power point, local peaks are coming. So we need to avoid that local peaks. We need to get maximum of almost equal to the ideal waveform. So for that one, different configuration need to be considered, or for that one we need to consider the MPP to track the proper maximum power point. The importance of MPP technique is to track how much it will be delivered. So now you see, so suppose one more I am taking condition. This one you see, this one is 1000, and I have considered here the waveform is 700, third one, sixth one is 800, ninth one is 600. So that means what happened? Down one row is shaded. So only tree are building one side, only one side of the panel is shaded. So the waveform how it will be. So when you consider series, suppose if you see here, so this is series configuration. So this is series configuration. So when you consider series configuration, this is 49 PV panels I have considered. 1 to 49. All are connected in series. If how 3 by 3 is connected, no, all are connected in series. If it is series connected, how the VPV, the voltage across each panel is V1, V2, V3, V4 and V49. So total voltage of PV system is the summation of all the blocks V1 plus V2, V3 and so on V49. So voltage across the PV panels, the entire PV system is, it is 49 into Vm. So across each voltage it will be same. So now when I want to calculate the current is in series. In what will happen here? Current in the series is, it is same. The current is same in each module. Okay, so single module current, how much it is? So that means IM1 will be equal to IM2 and so on, IM9, M49. Do you understand? The current flowing through the all 49 modules is equal to current of single module. That's why series configuration is for low current applications, and whereas voltage is the summation of all the PV modules. So you can ensure series configuration for high voltage and low current. You understand? Voltage is across each module V1, V2, V3 and so on V49. We have taken voltage of PV is 49 into Vm. Okay, so that means high voltage you are getting. Whereas if I consider current in a series circuit, in a series configuration, the current flowing through current flowing through the each module will be same. Is a series. So what happened? The current of single module will be equal to current of all the modules. So there is a low current will be there. So that's what. Is it clear? Voltage of the total PV system is 49 times of one module. Voltage current of total PV system is one module current. So VPV is, total power is VPV into IPV. So here you see I have taken uniform condition, corner shading condition, different colors. This is my uniform condition of short circuit current, open circuit voltage. Okay, so this is uniform condition. Next, center shading, corner shading, right side, left side. These are all conditions I have tested for a Fortnite. It is taking too much time. That's why 7 by 7 I have not shown you the model. Generally for research people will consider 7 cross 7, 6 cross 6. Now if I consider different shading conditions, we have ensured that this way. And where is power? Output power versus open circuit voltage. So you see, this is the global maximum point, GMPP, under uniform shading condition. Okay, these are under local MPPs. This is one local MPP, this is a local MPP, this is local maximum power point. So this is for series configuration. Okay, now first let me show you series configuration result. So in the series configuration, so this condition I have taken, which one row is shaded. So one entire row is shaded. How the performance? Okay, you see here, this way you got these results only I kept there. Clear? I hope it is clear. So same way, so n number of shading conditions can be considered. How we can consider? One column I want to change. So what can be done? So here 1000 only you make. Sorry. Here also 1000 you make. And here you do maybe 800. Maybe 900. So now there is a shading on the first column. You run the model and you can see. So there is a possibility one side, one building might be there. So in this 200, 800, 500 I have taken. Remaining all are uniform shading conditions. So this way you can create different type of left side shading or maybe right side shading, one short narrow, long narrow, and central shading. You see the performance is like this. Ensured. Now we will move to parallel. So when we consider parallel circuits, what happened? This is a parallel configuration. In the parallel configuration, so there is PV1, PV8, PV15, 22, 29, 36, 43. These are all are in parallel, which is in series connected to the next level. So what happened? So the volt. So what happened? The voltage across the each module's parallel connection you are doing. So here the V1 voltage across each module will be equal. V1 is equal to V2 is equal to V49. Whereas in the series circuit currents are equal and voltages are summation. If I consider parallel circuit, the voltages are same, and whereas currents will be summation. So this application is parallel configuration is low voltage. So low voltage and high current application. Is it clear? So low voltage and high current applications. So here when you consider the low voltages and high current applications, so you see all the shading conditions. Earlier when you consider series configuration, now it has come, these many local peaks have come. So if you consider parallel configuration, you will not get any local peaks. So based on irradiance, it will be changing. The parallel configuration, so you will have uniform irradiance For particular config, for particular shading condition, you will have one only. The parallel configuration, you will not ensure any of the this one. Which one? Local peaks. Okay. So let me show you. See here in the parallel configuration. So first module is connected in parallel with second module. Second module is connected in parallel with the third module. In the same way, remaining all are connected in parallel. And I have considered 1000 watt per meter square for all. And even irradiance also 25 I have taken. If you observe here clearly, this module, all modules are connected in parallel. Is it clear? So now we will see how it will give. Because voltage across that one will be same here for all the modules. Whereas there it is summation. Clear, no? No. Done. Okay. Now, one row shading I will take. Now down one, 700, 800 and 600. One row shading which is in parallel connection. In parallel connection, down row I have taken shading. One is PV graph, one is of IV graph. That's why when you want to go for improvement of any research papers, no, mostly you will not observe the parallel configuration. So series configuration to series parallel, they will go and they will show that series to series parallel how much is improved, and series parallel to bridge link how much improved, and bridge link to honeycomb how much it is improved. Then they will show you, and so how much is TCT among all TCT will be best one. TCT total cost rate will give the best performance. The problem is here in the parallel configuration, there are certain disadvantages are there. High amount of currents will be flowing through the circuits. You are not getting the high voltages. Low voltage you are getting low voltage application and high currents. So which is non desirable. There is a heat things may happen. So you see, you are observed, no? You are ensured that uniform, but there are certain disadvantages are there here. So to see compared to the series to improve the performance, so we will move to series parallel configuration. Even I will show you if you want diagonal shading condition, I will show you. You will get same because you are testing I and V and P and V, power and voltage and current and voltage. So we will ensure same to take n number random. So parallel will be same. Okay, time is running. I'm moving to. Okay, so now. So next, what we are doing, the first one we have seen all series configuration. Next, parallel configuration we have seen. Now we are moving to series parallel. So this is one array if I consider. First array connected in series. Second array connected in series. Third array is in series. But the first array connected in parallel with second array. Is it clear? The first array, 7 modules are there, 1 to 7 modules. All 7 modules are in series. And these array, these are one is modules. This is array. This array is connected in parallel with another array. This is series and this is connected in parallel. So in each array, there are 7 arrays are there. In each array, there are 7 modules are there. 7 modules are connected in series. Arrays are connected in parallel. Clear? So VPV will be how much? VPV will be how much? V1 plus V2 and so on V7. Is it clear? The current flowing through here you see here the beauty is the current flowing through this array is current flowing through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 modules are there. Current flowing through the each modules are same. These 7 modules currents will be same. Whereas voltages are the voltage across this module will be equal to the voltage across second module. So current flowing through the entire module, all the modules will be same we are getting, and voltage across all the modules also same. That's the reason VPV is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3 and so on V7. It is ensuring that voltages are here summation of V1, V2, V3, V4 and so on V7. Okay. Currents are of string. In this string there are, it is commonly going, so that's why 7 into Vm you are getting. Okay. So this is used for medium voltage and medium currents. This is the optimum one. Okay. We will see series parallel configurations. We will see here. First 3 modules are connected in 1, 2, 3. 3 modules are connected in series, and this string is connected in parallel with the second string. Second string is connected in parallel with the third string. Okay. So instead of 49, I have taken this 3 by 3. So now you see, if you want the diagram also, I'll show you. Okay, this is series parallel configuration. Of, you see, 1, 2, 3, okay. 7 modules are connected in series, which is in parallel with another string. So there are 7 strings are there. Every string will have 7 modules. Okay, all 7 modules are in series, and all 7 strings are in parallel. Okay, so it will take too much time. That's the reason I have taken 3 here. Three modules are in series, and these 3 strings are in parallel. We'll see the result. Okay, so this is first one, uniform shading condition. Series parallel you will get definitely uniform condition. Here I have written clearly, you see. So if you observe clearly, GMPP under uniform condition. Next best is right shade condition. There are local maximum power points are there, which are shown here. Okay, so for different conditions, so you are ensuring it is coming uniform condition. Okay, now let me take, sorry, already simulated one is there. I'll open that one. So let me take maybe diagonal shading, partial shading condition. This is diagonal shading condition. Series parallel circuit 200, 800, 600 I have taken. Okay, so now let me run the model. When diagonal shading is taken, it is taking too much time. So once it comes, I'll show you. Now, if you want to further improve, okay, anyway, people are not considering parallel, either series parallel, to improve further so here in this application, series only high voltage, low current. Here medium voltage you are considering. So further to improve, there is a bridge link model is there. Okay, so when 2 modules are connected, a bridge. You see here, the example is when there is a connection between 2 modules. Sorry. Okay, here. So here there is a bridge rectifier. Now we have studied. So this is becoming one bridge. This is becoming one bridge. So this is one bridge. Okay, one bridge. So in between four modules, the bridge can be constructed. So like this, they will do the bridge. So that means why they are doing the bridge? The reason is they will ensure that the currents are, so how it is, the current flowing through the I1. Here you see current flowing through the I1, I8 will be same. Okay, I1, I8, I15, I22, I29, I36, I43. Understood? The first one will be equal to this second one, this third one. Okay. So here also the voltage across the modules also you will consider in such a way that it will be same. There is a honeycomb combination. The hexagonal structure will be taken, and there is a total cross tie, triple tie and total cross tie. Total cross tie is the basically the main one which people are using. Total cross tie means earlier parallel configuration you have taken, no, series parallel. In the series parallel, this is in series, it is in parallel. So now what you are doing in the total cross tie, all the modules are cross tie. That means, see here you see this module is connected. So what happened? What you can ensure? VPV of row. This row 1 will be equal to row 2 voltage. Row 3, clear? All these values are same. Okay. So VPV will be equal to, so PV1 voltage, PV8 voltage, PV15, 22, 29, 36, 43. All the voltage will be there across. So will be same. Whereas total string voltage if you want, so how much can be done? It will become string voltage. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the VPV will be equal to row 1, row 2, row 3 and so on, row 7. Any of the string you take, total voltage is a string voltage. Total PV voltage will be of string voltage. So how the current will be? Current is of, the current flowing through this one will be same. This one add up. So here also you will ensure 7 into string. So but here the advantage is, so you will have the proper current distribution. So each and every module will have the voltage and current distribution is properly done. So total cross tie application will give you the best performance. I will show you the answers. Next, you can move to series parallel bridge link combination hybrid will be there. Before that, I'll show you. Now, suppose you have done something. You have done series configuration, you have done parallel configuration, TCT, bridge link, this is done. So how to find out mismatching loss? How to find out the efficiency? So how to find out the fill factor? Because these are the parameters we want to ensure. We want to calculate mismatching loss, fill factor, efficiency, global maximum power point. So by considering, by calculating all these parameters for each and every configuration under all these conditions, we will say that which configuration is giving you the better performance. Okay, so I'm having the answers. I'll show you in next file. Okay, so to calculate mismatch power loss, so total mismatching power loss is defined as the ratio of how much amount of peak power you are getting during uniform isolation to the partial shading condition. Okay, so now you see, so uniform irradiation condition minus partial shading condition, how much amount of peak power you are getting during uniform condition minus how much amount of power is generated during shading condition to the shading condition we are concerned. So you will get how much amount of losses happen. So during uniform condition how much is there minus during partial shading condition how much is there. So this is mismatch loss. Loss is uniform power minus partial shading condition power. If you want the percentage, then with respect to the P uniform condition will be considered. Is it clear? So during uniform condition, total amount of power is, this is the global maximum power you are getting. During shading condition, the power will be reduced. During partial shading condition, power will be reduced. So how much amount of the power is produced during shading condition? Okay, so it is the difference between the maximum power delivered or generated during uniform condition minus the maximum power received during shading condition, which is nothing but loss. Next, if I want to find out the efficiency, so how much amount of voltage, how much amount of current you received. So you suppose if you consider one particular one. So what is this at this point? What is the voltage? Suppose this is IV curve you have taken. So at what voltage? VMP, IMP. So at what point you are getting global maximum power point? So this is V maximum power, I maximum power. So we will calculate the efficiencies. So how much amount of voltage of at maximum power point into I maximum power. Okay, to that values. Okay. And fill factor is V maximum to I maximum by VOC into ISC. I'll show you that. Okay. During the shading conditions, the performance is like this. Tables are not there. Tables I will show you 1 minute. So what happened? Uh, so we can calculate these values can be taken power how much is there and the shading condition how much amount of power is generated with respect to this uniform if we keep these values will come 1 minute. This is ready. I'll show you. You see which one we simulated. So 3x3 series parallel circuit we have taken. In that diagonal shading I have taken. So this is what the draining shading is. So now these values can be calculated in this way. So by seeing this, so graph we have taken. So uniform condition, it is uniform throughout the period, 1000 irradiance. So how it is changing corner shading condition, series parallel right side. Okay, so blue is series, P is this is brown is parallel condition, series parallel bridging honeycomb T, triple tight and total cross tight. So it is compared. Are not there. So this is the total cross tight connection. If you want to design, if anyone wish to design TCT configuration tomorrow, okay. So the PV1, PV2 and so on 49 panels we have taken 7 by 7. So here what we did, so it is nothing but if this link is not there, if this link is not there, then it is called series parallel circuit. You see, try to understand. If I remove this link only up to first two, you see it is a series parallel circuit. So now what we are doing, so we are considering it is called total cross tight. All the modules are cross tight, okay, and there are conditions we have taken. Bottom modules can be shaded and left side modules can be shaded or right side modules can be shaded, corner modules can be shaded, different conditions what we have shown there. 1 minute. Okay, now in the corner shading condition, you observe here, see only one corner is shaded, either this corner or maybe left top corner or top right corner and bottom left corner or bottom right corner. So you can consider any of the condition, you can simulate it. Okay, so it will take too much time, so definitely you'll get the answer some maybe 15-20 minutes you can ensure. One thing, if you what result you are getting, is it correct or wrong, if you want to see you can test it. Okay, so now Suppose PV module I have taken. Let us consider this PV module I have taken. Okay. So now you click on the PV module. Click on the PV module. Now this is display IV PV characteristics. If I take 1000 watt per meter square and degrees is 45 to 25. Okay. Now I'm plotting the curve. You see, this is what I got. This is voltage IV curve. Okay, current versus voltage. So second one is PV curve. One is PV curve, one is IV curve. Okay, this is for 25 degrees centigrade, and this is for, and whereas this is the my global maximum power point. This is my global maximum power point. Sorry, this is my global maximum power point. Whereas for 45 degrees, if I take, the global maximum power point is little bit shifted. And now you go to view, edit figure properties. Okay, edit figure properties. You click, right click. You can make the grid. See, you can select. You are done grid. Grid, have you observed? And even you can make the text labels whatever you want. So already he made the label. Okay, then font size, how much you want. Font size 11, maybe 14. Okay, so here font size labels I have taken. So at which point you are getting it, at which point it is coming. Okay, what is this? So top one you see, and 1 minute. So this is grid. Edit figure properties. Properties. Okay, so here also access properties can be kept. Line thickness can be, line style can be changed, even solid style you can pick, or maybe this line, no, width can be added. Okay. And you can use marking, or you can use labels also. Okay, and colors can be modified. Accepted. Blue is fine. Just I'm showing the difference. Okay, then, and you can use, if you want, you can use the labels. Labels can be used, or legends can be used. You can, I can write the name here, and you can edit. After editing, go file. There is a copy figure option is there. There is a copy figure is there. You go to new file. Okay, and you can copy the figures here. So here what you have done, so first you have earlier, there is a unprocessed data or raw data we are having. So that raw data, what I am doing with the help of edit figure properties, so I will use even this one also. See what I will do, this one. Now line style I will change, or line width or font I will change. The font I will change it to maybe 14, of bold I will consider. Okay, and here also the font I'm changing. Okay, so now let me copy this. Okay. Now you see, for a conference or journal papers, you need to keep it in the two column. Okay. So layout, if I keep two columns, so what is happening? Can you able to read it? So the readability issues will come. So that is the reason. So here we need to consider. Here we need to consider the thickness and the fonts properly need to be considered. So that what happen, even if you take the printout, so the visibility will be there. The visibility will be there. Okay. So this is what can be done. Now one more thing. Now I am having this. Suppose instead of array, one module I have taken. Taylor I have taken array. So now for an irradiance level 1500 is there. So you can plot and see. Suppose if you take 1000 radians, okay, 1 kilowatt per meter square. So how much amount is there? The current is this. This is for 500 watt per meter square. This is for 100 watt per meter square. Uniform irradiance condition. So how much amount of global maximum power is coming? Okay, the axis you can keep. Okay, so and same for PV curve. So where you are getting the maximum value. Okay, so these two things also can be taken. You do edit properties figure. You do the figure properties. Okay, you can use grid. Grid can be used. Okay. And thickness is line width is okay. So how much result you got is not a matter, how you are presenting also a matters. Okay, so after getting the results, one is understanding the concepts, second one is doing the simulation, third one is after getting the results, what the result speaks is a matter, second thing is how you are presenting is a matter. Okay, how you are presenting your result is also a matters. Okay, you can show the legends. So here you can write what it is, data 1, data 2, data 3, okay, in that license. So names can be edited. Then font. Okay. So even background, if you want, you can change. Okay. If you want to do anything, particularly for these particular values, or only suppose. So this is in this color. Sorry. So background color can be changed, and text color can be something else, and text can be a bold. Okay, because which reflects this waveform is related to 500 kilowatt per meter square. In the same way, same here background can be kept of a blue, and the text color can be considered maybe white or black. Okay, and the font can be increased. So if it is not visible, okay. So now let me take these results. One is processed result, second one is unprocessed result. You take copy, copy figure, and copy here. Okay. So which looks better in the journal papers? Generally, you will have this type of results. So how much result you are getting is not a matter. After getting the results, so processing the results is very important. Okay, this way can be done. Now, in the same PB array, One more can be taken. One is array we have taken of 1000 watt per meter square. Now this is of one module we have taken. This is for one module. Next one is for one for array. Even for array also almost same way. IVP because you are getting same. And next we have taken 1000 watt per meter square. Now this is for which one? So module we need to consider. So there are several options are there. Okay. So you can select whichever you want. Okay. The modules can be selected based on the power ratings. Okay. So based on the power ratings, you can select one PV module. There are these many options are there power ratings. So if you select any one PV module, okay, so it's maximum power how much and how much amount of okay. So how many parallel strings required, how many parallel strings are required, how many series connections are required, so everything can be displayed. Okay, so 2 minutes clear here. So in the PV module, whatever you want you can select accordingly. So which module you want to use, why that module only, why not other module, so what is the amount of uh, this the power is there, what is the voltage levels, what is the current levels, how much amount of irradiance can be considered. So quickly we will see. So in this what you have seen here, so we have considered. So today we have seen what is the importance of renewable energy systems, then why we are considering solar PV. We have seen because it can be applied for residential rooftop or maybe solar parks or integrated system. There are several applications it is involved. Okay, in the uniform irradiance conditions you are getting maximum unique maximum 4 point. Okay, that is a global maximum 4 point you are getting. Under shading conditions, so the shading conditions may occur due to passing of clouds, trees, poles, buildings. So different multiple maximum power points we are getting. To improve that one MPPT we need. So different configurations are there: series, parallel, TCT, bridge link, and for each and everything you can calculate these parameters under different shading conditions. So we have seen different shading conditions. Okay, so then after that we have selected this particular module. Okay, so in that the power ratings are like this and voltage ratings and resistances are like this. Okay, because we need to finalize what is this value R shunt, series is how much amount of current, how much amount of VPV voltage. So all the things are, so as per if I select this module, these values will be there. Okay, so next, so there is a series configuration is there. The currents in the series module, the currents in each module is equal to all the modules, 14 modules. So low currents are there, whereas voltages are summation of all 49 modules. Okay, that's why it is a high voltage circuit. Next we have seen parallel configuration. In the parallel configuration, the voltage across each module will be equal, whereas currents are summation. In the series parallel, through the string, one string, this is one string, 7 modules together, one string, the current flowing through one string will be equal, and voltage across the one string will be, current through each module will be equal. Understood? PV1 equal to PV2, PV3, PV4, PV5. Okay, and voltage across all 7 modules equal to another 7 modules. Okay, so then we have seen bridge link, also same concept, and honeycomb, then triple tie and total cross tie. Total cross tie is all combinations are connected. So here the voltage across row 1, row 2, row 3 and so on, row 7 will be equal, and current flowing through this module, this module, this module, this module, first modules will be same. So these are, when we consider this series parallel, this is series, it is in parallel. Series, all these 4 modules are in series which are connected in parallel. So these 3 also series all are in parallel, but middle one cross tie we have taken. How the performance? So here bridge link top, down bridge link out, the performance. top honeycomb, down honeycomb, how the performance. So you can take different variations, and this much is bridge length, and by considering this honeycomb, down is bridge length, middle is TCT, middle is frosted. Okay, so we have seen different variations. You can work on it, and I can see by using these parameters, power, efficiency, and fill factor can be considered. Okay, and you can see that the which one is giving the better performance. Okay, so now tomorrow we'll see the MPPT techniques. Then I will start fuzzy.